Previously on DrakeParagon.
57 miles to go today. The cotter pin came out. Heavy concentration of icebergs. Is there a rock directly ahead? Fog seems to be thickening. Can't see a damn thing. The boom broke. We're about to enter a really tight navigation fjord. So many icebergs. Freezing, huh? 80% of that thing is underneath the water. There is no Coast Guard to call. Morning! How'd you sleep?
I just went for a quick snooze.
Nice. You actually fell asleep?
I think so. I'm just waking up to that though, that's huge.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the biggest ones I've seen this close.
Yeah, real close. And about 4 miles away from Karoktuk.
Yeah.
I tried calling the harbour master. No joy. We just show up and motor around and raft up to anything we can find, maybe. You know, reportedly from the cruising guide from 12 years ago, there are mooring balls. If all else fails, it's 11 miles to the nearest anchorage on the northern side of Julian Hub. Oh, we're coming into Karoktuk Harbor, and it's the largest town in southwest Greenland. According to the cruising guide, it has a population of 3,200, but that was 12 years ago. And every place that we have visited, which is basically Hamut and Arsuk, has a population that is much smaller than what the cruising guide was saying it was from 12 years ago. So we shall see. It looks pretty developed, a lot more houses than Arsuk, which had a population of 100. Karoktuk is the Greenlandic name, by the way. The Danish name is Julian Hub, but I guess they're changing all the names from Danish back to Greenlandic. Here's the harbor from where we are a few miles away. See some buildings. We are all really looking forward to a good night's sleep. And ready to go. I sure hope we don't have any problems finding a place to dock in Julian Hub, because that would really suck if we had to anchor, because the closest place we could possibly anchor, at least according to the cruising guide, is 15 miles away on the northern side of Julian Hub. There aren't many anchoring options on the coast of Greenland from what I can tell. The rock edge just goes straight down. You go from like a rock right at 6 inches under the water, and then take a step and it plummets down 50 feet. It's much harder to find a place where the depth is just right for dropping an anchor. And then I kind of wonder about the holing, because so much of Greenland is made of rock. You know, the chances of dropping your anchor on rock and maybe getting it stuck down there or not being able to hook on, I think is higher than in other places I've been. There we are. We're following the red into right here. Zoom in a bit. Here's the harbor. A ruler here on the chart plotter shows that the distance across is about 0.15 nautical miles. Up here in the upper left-hand corner it says 0.10. It's 0.10 nautical miles from the center of the screen to the top or bottom. So that's not even a quarter mile. And measured, that's 0.15 nautical miles. So the place is small. Won't have too much to explore. I'm already starting to see some small power boats coming in and out. There we go. Drilling hub. Karaktak, harbor master, sailing vessel Paragon, entering the harbor. Over.
I thought I saw a mast, but it's actually just a really high radio from a powerboat. But there's like a marina behind, not this wall, but the wall behind that. There's like, looks like there's pleasure boats, like big pleasure boats.
Yeah.
So that might be an option. I don't know.
If you see a sailing vessel, that would be a good thing, huh?
I'll keep an eye.
Oh, is there a nap? Did you go to sleep? No. Well, he's not answering on 12. Okay, I guess we figured it out without the harbor master's assistance. See, we have a cruise ship, cruise liner. And a big satellite ball in the center. What?
My glasses. You looked
I have not seen your glasses anywhere, no.
No sign of any masts yet.
No.
But there's some big kind of cruising, like pleasure boats there. So it looks like we might be able to rank up beside them. Oh no, kayakers!
So it looks like this is the ferry landing. And the ferry is actually too large to come in, so there's a smaller boat, a rib, that comes out, picks people up, and drops people off. Welcome to Karaktak. This wall here looks like it can hold some pretty large boats. It says Royal Arctic. Looks like a warehouse, so I imagine some sort of fishing boat. And a large one, probably. Comes here judging by the tires and the chains and everything.
See any suitable dock space in the marina on the port?
So we're here in 38 feet of water. I don't know how deep it is over there. I don't actually see any larger boats there. All about the size of this boat or smaller-ish.
I think we should pull up to that big dock right down there You know, there's nobody on it. It's pretty long. The cruising guide says that the harbor master's office is inside the Royal Arctic building, and that's the Royal Arctic building. So we could literally tie up and walk to the building and knock on the harbor master's office in the morning and meet him personally. Probably not a bad idea for somebody to stay with the boat until we have it all figured out. But I don't see any other suitable tie-up options. Do you? Our line's ready on starboard?
Starboard, yeah. You want fenders out on starboard?
Yeah, fenders out on starboard side. Thank you. Thank you, Mom. Okay.
Do you want me to go up the ladder with the bow line? And then you can throw
the bow line first?
3 feet. Yep.
I assume eventually somebody is going to come to us and say, oh, you can't dock here, and then hopefully in the process we'll figure out where we can dock. It looks like this is a pretty pedestrian access place. A lot of people walking by. They don't look like they're working here. This is Karaktak. Yes. Right up there. Hey! Yeah! We called the harbor master on the radio. He wasn't answering. We were going to ask where we could put the boat. Maybe it's okay, yeah. I think we need to pivot on this tire because without the tire, the big rub rail here will hit the stanchion and just break it. So we need to be on that tire.
We're really hoping that this boat does not need us to move. I think you're out of luck on that one.
But, huh?
Calling the harbor master now. I don't think he's there.
I was actually saying that not to get to the harbor master, but I identified myself as a sailboat that's tied up at the Royal Arctic line, and anybody else listening that would be like, oh, he's not supposed to be there would have called me. Okay, she'll be secure there for the moment. Mo's gonna stay aboard.
You can already notice that things are at a different pace here. More cars, more people, more stuff.
So maybe that's a visitor information center. Family center. Yeah, it's not a very big harbor at all. There's people walking around carrying rifles. Probably.
be a lot more busy here.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just feel it.
That's the thingy.
The Seaman's place.
That's it, yeah. Pacific, that's the grocery store.
Oh, great. Wow, I think we'll spend a day exploring this place at least. Okay. Any idea what these are? I saw them in the other place too, but they're like crackers. $8 for a thing of Rice Krispies.
3 oranges, yeah?
3 oranges. Are those onions? Yes, they are. Do you need anything else for tonight?
Onions, mushrooms, maybe.
Mushrooms.
Would be nice.
We got some right here. Kind of feel like Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. We gotta get right on trying to get a plate welded for the boom. I'm basically here until we can get that done. And that's where we're tied up. We came in, Harbor Master didn't answer the phone, so we just tied up to this enormous ship dock. I wonder what that's for. Is that for used oil?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's for oil. We can get rid of our oil here. They're all here to go fishing. Wow. Home, sweet home.
Where's the escalator? Side.
And that's This is what happens when you're at sea for many, many years. Do you always color coordinate your beer in your hat?
Well, I do try. I'm gonna. What your feet are up? Sorry, Bob. Yeah. I'm gonna check if there's more onions.
Or you?
Oh, you got me oranges. Thank you.
I'm gonna throw these ones in, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. I think those are the.
Those ones are growing new onions.
I am so tired. I can't believe it. It's like 8 o'clock, and I don't think I'm gonna last for much longer.
It is 8 o'clock and it's like way bright outside.
Which is weird.
I like it.
I've been subtracting 2 hours from whatever time I think it is.
Yeah.
And then I'm getting the right, like somewhere near the right time. Because for me this feels like around 6 or maybe 7.
You mean adding?
Yeah.
What do I do? What did I say?
Subtracting.
You know what
Fine. Let's play cribbage. How long does the game usually take?
As long as it takes.
What's the longest cribbage game you've ever played?
Are you going to play or are you just stalling?
No, I'm serious. Set up the board or whatever you do with cribbage. So have you made this bread recipe before?
Not this one.
Do you need yeast?
Nope.
No yeast in this bread.
No yeast.
What is in it?
There's flour, there's some salt, there's some bread soda.
So you'll need to explain everything to me from scratch, because
Remarkably enough, it's much easier to play if you kind of just start playing. You're blue.
oh boy, what's this over here?
That's nothing.
That's nothing. Okay.
Don't worry about that.
So So today on DrakeParagon, we're learning to play cribbage between two people while Aina is making bread that he's never made before.
And hopefully we'll actually rise.
Okay, so this is basically a counting game. We're going up to 31. I'm going to start this time.
Okay.
And then we start the whole thing over again.
Fingers crossed it actually comes out of the tin. Okay.
Look at that perfection.
Oh my god, it looks
Smell the drink.
amazing.
Have a sniff. It's one of my favourite smells. Smell it? It's a nice smell.
I've never seen bread made without yeast.
Yeah, let's see how it tastes before we go. Wow, okay.
Well, it looks beautiful. So see. We're like the best smelling boat.
This is a big loaf of bread. Look at that steam.
Oh my god, it's coming out okay. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah.
It is so hot that the butter's just melting like butter. Wow.
And it's very warm. I don't know what it tastes like, so we'll see.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We'll be like, alright.
I didn't know you could do all this stuff.
I didn't know you could cook.
Anyway. You're not going anywhere. This is awesome.
Next on DrakeParagon.